Hey CA Gray, this is Dream Factory News. We're your hosts, Mahela May
and Kimber Serna. Zach will be back with us next week.
This week we'll be talking about damaging school property, MLK Day, teacher appreciation, and more. But first, we're going to do something a little different. Cambria will say a riddle, students will guess their answer, and teachers will send their students' answers to Ms. Kelly. Students who answer correctly will be entered into a drawing for a small prize. Teachers, please activate securely or have your students close their Chromebooks to make sure there is no cheating for this riddle. Here's the riddle.
With pointed fangs, I sit and wait. With piercing force, I crunch out fate. Grabbing victims, proclaiming might, physically joining with a single bite. What am I?
Teachers, make sure you send in your students' answers for a chance to win. Now, please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for a moment of silence.
Let's not forget CA Gray Junior High School's mission. CA Gray Junior High School's mission is to provide a community of support to all students, to ensure a safe learning environment, and to equip all students with the strategies for a successful transition beyond the junior high level.
Now onto this week's featured expectation. From today on, all jazz band meetings will be on Mondays until 5 p.m.
Ninth graders, this is for you. We're going to be touring CCHS tomorrow and Wednesday, so get excited. Let's finish out our last year here at CA Gray well. Due to technical difficulties, we were not able to air our last show.
So now, let's take a moment to tribute a man that changed America forever, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
I am happy to join you today in what will go down in history as one of the greatest demonstrations of freedom in the history of our nation. Martin Luther King Jr. did a lot to help Black African American communities. Here is part of his famous speech called I Have a Dream. 5 score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This spontaneous decree came as great beacon of hope to many of slaves who have seen the seared flames with their injustice. It came as the joyous daybreak to end the long night of what their captivity. But 100 years later, the colored America is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the colored American is sadly crippled by the mantle of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the colored American lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. He went on to say these famous lines. I have a dream that my 4 little children will have one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a civil rights activist who fought African American rights. He organized a number of peaceful protests as head of Southern Christian Leadership Conference, including the March on Washington in 1963. Yesterday we celebrated him. We shouldn't just celebrate him one day a year, but every day.
California breeze, check out how to eat. Stop at the little party, end up at the big house. I can't with Johnny, cause she got a big mouth.
Bro, look at this picture!
But he ain't talking to me. He's my mama.
He's not going to be talking to him like that.
Okay,
Yo, hush!
He's a teacher.
Yeah, you back, hush!
you talking to me.
I'm sorry for being so rude in class. I won't work here.
Thank you, young lady. That's very nice.
Brown.
And Ms. Gamble.
How long have you guys been teaching?
I've been teaching 9 years, 5 years in elementary and 4 years here at CA Gray.
I've been teaching 4 years of high school and 2 years at university.
What's the best thing about teaching?
The best thing about teaching for me is being able to come in here and be with my students, take care of them for what little time I have and give them as much love as I possibly can while hopefully shoving some information in their heads.
The best part of teaching is every day I come to school dealing with students that I love, dealing with the public, teaching them, just being a positive influence for them and preparing them for the world.
And this is why you should come to appreciate your teachers. They come here to educate you.
This week's club are FCA, FBLA, 4-H, Skills USA, LOT, Science, Math, Leo, and Photography Club.
Last Wednesday was the 100th day of school, which means we're more than halfway through the 2022-2023 school year. Hang in there, students and teachers.
We'll see you next week, Xavier. This is Dream Factor News, signing off. Remember, buy chocolate from the band kids. Get real!
Oh,